Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to your reading for the week of Monday the 31st of October to Sunday the 6th of November. So I was shuffling your cards and I got that song from Andy Gibb. I believe it's Andy Gibb. I don't think it's the Gibbs brothers. How Deep Is Your Love? Circa like 1977 or something like that. So if you don't know what it is, you might want to check that out. But it's basically how deep is your love? I really need to know. So I feel like that we might be doing a love reading here. And as I'm looking at the cards, I'm going with, yeah, I think maybe yes. Okay, so there is some indecision that is coming in. You are unsure whether or not what you have been putting your time and your effort into has been worth it. Wow. Okay, here we have the Two of Pentacles as the overall energy. This is trying to keep everything in balance. So she's standing on this little teeter-totter and she's juggling these two pentacles in this infinite loop, trying to keep things in balance. And here comes the subconscious, the cat, about to jump on that teeter-totter and completely upset the balance. So this week, as we finish up the week, we're going to look through the moons, but we have the moon coming in Aries. It's going to conjunct with Chiron, the wounded healer, and I almost feel as though wounding from your childhood could come to the fore and trigger something. I think there's a lot of triggery energy over the weekend, so heads up for that. And, you know, it's definitely a need to take a break this week. That it feels like you're just not getting enough sleep. Because the key to the situation is this Four of Swords, this resting, this taking a break, trying to figure out how to get some sleep. And that challenge is the Nine of Swords, which means that shutting down your mind enough to be able to sleep. So off of your mind and onto paper is a really great way to do it. That's why I feel like this energy, this subconscious, all your thoughts coming in, it's going to have you very off balance this week. And the best way that I have discovered to manage it when I've got a lot of stuff going on is I just write it down. And even if it's at 3 in the morning, I just write it down. I write it down. You being an air sign, I think you'll find this very helpful. And then it's off my mind and onto paper and I can deal with it later. And so it also helps me to identify. So sometimes as I'm writing, I will find that I write the same thing couple of times, like all of my worries that are bothering me, all the reasons for or whatever, and I'll write and I'll be like, oh my God, I said that more than once. That is your subconscious helping you to identify what is the thing, the key to the situation, the thing that most needs your time and attention right now so that you can make the changes that you want to make. There's been a real curiosity about how slow something is moving and is it of value to you? Are things moving in the right direction? And it's causing you to do a little spinning around in your head, because here we have you focusing on this pentacle. It's the king of, not the king, it's the knight of pentacles. Very slow moving energy. Like, is this getting me where I want to go? This seems like it's taken freaking forever. And in the area of resources moving forward, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is again waiting for the right moment. What's really interesting here is that she's using her intuition. She has her eyes closed and she's holding on to the grapes. She's feeling their texture. Are they firm enough? Are they too firm? What do they smell like? She's using all of her senses to help her to determine when they're ready for harvest, right? When are they ready for harvest? And so there is a need to use your senses, your third eye. Really get in touch with your intuition this week. Your intuition is going to help you figure it out. You're not going to get there through lack of sleep. Okay, so get enough sleep. Also, we have the moon moving into Pisces this week, and while it's in Pisces, it is going to trine with the Mercury and Venus that are conjunct with the Sun in Scorpio. It's going to conjunct exactly with both Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So during the middle part of the week, really connecting in with your intuition is going to benefit you. But for many, the best place to do that is in the overtime sleeping in the nighttime. So create a good bedtime ritual to help you wind down. Turn off those blue screens. You know, they come through on the iPads and the computer and the TV and the Kindles, and they make it hard to shut the brain down to go to sleep. And so, about an hour or so before bedtime, dim the lights in the house, not the bright white ones, but instead use the low light, the yellow lights. You know, don't have blue lights going on. Bring in, you know, it's a good time to get a nightlight that's got like red or orange in it and down low to the ground. This helps your body to understand that now it's time to rest. And so then as you're doing this, if you turn all these things off and you get a nice yellow light and you sit at your desk for a few minutes and you jot down the stuff on your mind, and then you go and you get ready for bed, it is a ritual that may help you to sleep this week and also help you to problem solve. And so for you, you might find that very beneficial. There's a change that you want to make, or there's a change that's coming, and you're reluctant to take the risk, or you're not looking forward to the big change because we have the Fool in the energy of what is draining you. It also could be that you took a risk in the past that now you're like, was that worth it? Was that a good choice? Did I make the wrong decision? Right? And so that might be part of what's keeping you up. So how do you transform this situation? You actually have the Six of Cups. This Six of Cups, though, this is a parent and a child. And it may be that it is time to talk to a parental figure. Sometimes it's not our parents. Our parents may have passed on, right? But it may be a friend's parent or somebody that you look up to. Sometimes at the same age as we are, but they seem wiser. Somehow I feel like there is a soulmate connection that's trying to bring you a gift. So connecting in with your soul family, and listening, because she is receiving the flowers, and the flowers represent love because they're red, but that love could come in the form of communication. It could just be a hug. It might be that you just really need a hug. And then here in the action to take, we have the Wheel of Fortune. There is an eclipse next week on Tuesday, and it is going to be very much almost like a wormhole energy. We are all going to kind of shoot through. Rapid changes are going to occur from this, and you may just be trying to decide, do I take a risk or do I not take a risk? And that might be what's keeping you up at night. And the Wheel of Fortune's like, spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. In the area of resources, something that you're waiting on it's not ready to harvest, but soon. And so resources is time, it's money, it could be love, it's energy. So anything that is in a form of energy. But I do love that I see here in your heart space, you want it all. It's the Ten of Pentacles. I want to encourage you, if you're in a relationship that you need to get out of, or you're single and you're looking, and you want to have it all, you want the feeling of being accepted and being with someone who loves you and they're your best friend, and you work well together and you love well together and you just really enjoy each other's company, I want you to imagine for a moment every day what that feels like and sit in that energy, because then you are tuning your heart. It's almost as though, when they're training a dog to sniff for drugs, they expose the dog to the drugs so the dog knows what to sniff out. This is allowing your heart to know what to sniff out. It will be able to connect with the frequency that resonates for that. And so it's not about making a chart and a graph about I'm looking for these things or not. It is about what does it feel like to be in a relationship that makes me feel this way. How do you want to feel? And get into the feeling part of it. the Ten of Pentacles energy of having it all in the heart space, really feeling that energy. Because here you have options, you have choices to make. This is the Two of Swords, she's blindfolded, she's already thrown one of the darts, knives, whatever, and it's right on target. And so I feel like go with your initial inclination. It feels like it's right on target, right? She doesn't need to throw the second one. She's already hit the mark. So go with your gut a little. I know, Gemini, feels a little irrational for you, but here's the problem, is that Mars is in your sign, and Mars, the action-taking planet, right, has a slowed down and stationed retrograde on the 30th. And it's not moving. And it's going to take a while to move. And then when it does, it's going to be going backwards. And so revisiting things. It's going to be going backwards before it goes forward. And it will not complete the retrograde, I think, until the second week of January, and does not get out of shadow until spring, spring equinox, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Like March 20th, I think, is when it clears its shadow. And so, yes, things are going to be moving very slowly for you, not the speed that you're hoping for. It is the Knight of Pentacles. Things are going to move slowly. Allow it time to develop and see what happens from there. I feel like there's a real opportunity here for you to take things at a slower pace, to really imagine, using that fertile imagination of yours, what it is that you are seeking, and touch base with it in the heart space so that you know what it is that you want. So we start off this week early in the morning on Monday. The moon is still in Capricorn. It's a very productive energy. The further east you are, the more productive you're going to feel later into the day, because at noontime, Eastern time zone in the U.S., it moves into Aquarius. But in Aquarius, it's got this great for you. It trines your sign. It's got this out-of-the-box thinking, lot of inspired thinking, especially when it trines up with the Mars in your sign. And you have the ladybird, which is the ladybug, depending on where, but it's depending on what your culture is. Luck, blessing, and safety. Happiness arises from within my heart and sets me free. Just a reminder to you to not have fear, but instead focus on what you want and really let yourself sit in the energy of what you want and allow it to be where you're headed, and let the past be the past. It's time to set your heart free, set yourself free to go for what it is that you want. And if where you're at isn't working for you, then changes are coming with that eclipse, or maybe where you're at just needs more time to mature, more energy to work with. So the moon moving into Pisces, it's very inspired. It's going to trine up with the Sun and Mercury and Venus in Scorpio, and so it's going to go a little deeper. It's going to allow you to really get into your dream space, and that's why I really encourage you to have that bedtime ritual to really allow the dreams to bring in what you want. But you have the card of belonging. May you be welcome. May you welcome yourself home. What is it that you really want? And compassion. I love that you got compassion. May you tend to the suffering, and that means will you do what you need to do to heal yourself, to love yourself first, to know what it is that you want. To compassion is when we recognize the pain, but we don't dwell in the negative energy of it. Instead, we say, I see your pain and I'm here for you. So it may be that you need, no, it's about receiving compassion. There is somebody that wants to support you. Really, who is that in your life? Because you have received, and it comes with this compassion card. May you know you are worthy of the gift. And the gift is the compassion and the kindness and the love of others, but it's also about the gift of being able to have it all. You deserve that. Everybody does. Everybody does. So if you are healing, if you need to rest, rest. And allow yourself to sit in the energy of love. Yeah, we have the card of healing that came out when that moon is in Aries. So healing is, take the time. This is, the wheel is going to turn with that eclipse, okay? Trust your instincts. This week, nurture self-care, love yourself, give yourself what you need. But I think what you need is a little more time and a very clear vision from the heart of what it is that you want. That is how you're going to be on target, if you know what you want. Because the way it works is Spirit says, oh, so that's what you want. Let us move things around and organize that for you to make it come through. Okay, so the more clear you become on what it is you really want, and it's easier if you can feel what it feels like to really get very clear on what you want. So this week, the veil is very thin, and the ancestors wanted to speak to you. If you join me for the live reading, the live chat on the premiere at 7:30 on Sunday nights, I pulled cards from Spirit, but I'm doing that here also, so there's additional messages that come through for you. And it says, dear you, as in dear Gemini, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It is not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity and ego, you begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize what is going on, but you sure can feel it. You know, this almost feels like your higher self bringing you a gift. We are here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see the magic everywhere. Infinite potential lies in Spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind is in alignment with the divine intelligence and is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved. We are all behind you. Take some time to meditate, to sit in the feelings of what it is that you really want to feel. And allow Spirit to bring it to you. They're saying they're right there waiting to do it. Be open to receiving the gifts from the universe that they're trying to bring to help you to feel, to know where it is that you truly belong. It's really a beautiful message. Gemini, you are almost through the integration period. The South Node, the North Node went through your sign, and now it's in Taurus. Next June, it moves into Aries, and when it does that, then the action phase really starts to kick in. So continue the journey, continue the healing, and right now, part of this journey for you is really feeling what it is that you want to feel. It's almost like the fake it till you make it kind of scenario, but it's really the visualizing of it, but using all of your senses so that you'll be on target. Here, you guys take really good care of yourselves. Love to see you over on Facebook. And of course, at the premiere video, 7:30 p.m. Sunday nights, every Sunday night, and we do a live chat. Love to have you join us. Take good care, all right? And I will talk to you again soon.